Just getting started, friends. Let me know if you can hear the music and if it's at a good volume. Of course, it goes quiet. Give it a second, it'll come back. All right, I'm just gonna set up. I'm lighting some Palo Santo right now. All right, so just so you guys know, I don't know if anybody else does this with their sacred tools, but if I light Palo Santo or if I light incense, right? All right, so I'm gonna show you. It's only partially lit, right? I like to give some of my life to it, if that makes sense. So I breathe my breath of life onto it to kind of connect my energy and the energy of the cleansing tool I'm using. That way we're bonded, and then the whole space is united with that same intention. Does that make sense? So for your Palo Santo, for your sage, whatever you use to cleanse your spaces, it's also beneficial to tie your energy to your cleansing tool, just so you know. So see, it's like really, really lit. That's what I like to do. Just so you know, okay? All right, my loves, how was the energy of last week? Tell me all the things. Who had shadow work come up? I think I have ash on my forehead. I did. Nice. Oh. So how was last week for you guys? There was some serious shadow work, some serious self-deception, some illusion happening. We were going on an adventure. Little did we know we were going on an adventure into our shadow realm. Okay, I went. Did you guys go? Tell me all the things. Tell me what happened. Okay. Space is cleansed. Ooh, don't burn me, please. Okay. That's exactly what I do. Leah, it's the best thing. I swear. I love it. All right. Can you guys hear the music in the background? Why does it do that every time? It gets quiet. Ugh. Fuck. Well, when the music comes back on, tell me if it sounds okay. Please. Somebody tell me all the things. I got a thumb. That sounds good. I mean, that seems good. Okay. Oh. Saved by my skirt. Oh! Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. So we're getting very different. Very different. Okay. So it's low, and Robert says the music sounds good. Relaxing. So I don't ever play stuff for you guys that I don't have an attachment to. So this is the music I write to. If I need to get lost inside of myself, in my soul, connected with myself, for some reason piano, cellos have always done this for me. So a lot of it's the repetition of the notes, and it just, I don't know, it's like water. It just works for me. But this is a sneak peek into my life. This is something I lean on quite regularly for support. I'm glad you guys like it. Sometimes I do edgier stuff, sometimes I do more chill stuff, but I like that you guys are eclectic. You're just like, yeah, vibes, you know, sounds good. This is the one. Oh, this is so nice. Okay, one more card. So while we're doing this, guys, tell me about last week. Did you guys hit some serious self-deceit where you were trying to tell yourself, oh, this is how I see the world. Yeah, this is my problem, and, you know, this is how it always is. This is never going to change. Did you guys happen to hit any of those pockets where you were, like, completely self-deceptive? I would love to know. absolutely. It creates a good atmosphere. It does. A lot of times when I'm having like an anxiety attack or just anxious or overly depressed or depressed and anxious all at the same time, right? I'll put on like bird noises, like Massachusetts, springtime, bird noises for here. Because when I do that, I just think the happiest mornings of my life when I was like younger, teenage years, when you wake up in the summer, there's no school, and you're just like, fuck yeah, I have the day to myself, I don't have to work, so like no rent, no bills, no anything. It's like the closest I've ever felt to just that love of being myself, love of being in my own body, right? So birds, nature sounds, tune me right into that exact ambient state of being that you're talking about. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so we have, I want to say 2 new cards from what we usually do. Beaches or waterfalls, Robin, I totally agree with you. I love both of those things. I'm so glad that we all have this like nature thing that pulls us back to ourselves. How fucking cool are we as humans? I love you guys. Thank you for sharing with me, by the way. I love when you guys share pieces of yourselves with me. Like, I love the truth, and I love getting real with you guys. It's not something that I find myself able to do during the pandemic. I haven't been able to go to a coffee shop and just sit and journal or read for hours and just meet people and just talk about the existence of life. So the fact that you guys are telling me small tidbits about you, I love it. So please keep feeding me the details. I love you. Okay. My sweets, are we ready? This is about to be a really good reading. Okay. Ready? First card. We got the Middle World tree. It's nice and pretty. Came in upside down, so we have medicine. It says, the middle world is the realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Yet the middle world is created by the future, not only by the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. So the medicine says, do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in the heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world for now. No. From helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. So I think that's really interesting considering the week that we just had, where we had all of that shadow energy that we needed to kind of shed. So we followed, the energy of last week really followed the moon. Okay, so we were in third quarter. Basically, we were waning even further into the dark moon, which is this week. I believe it's on Thursday. I think it's on Thursday. Anyway, I might have my dates wrong. It might be Wednesday. It's the 11th. Yeah, so Thursday. So with the dark moon coming, it's a time for resting. It's a time for, we already surrendered to our shadow. Now we need to reflect on things that are happening, and we need to basically just kind of decompose them, break them apart and say, hey, do I want this again for the next cycle? No? Okay, so I'm going to go through it now. I'm going to sift through the shit, and I'm going to leave the shit behind, right? So what this is saying is that basically we don't need to correct what's happening right now. What we need to do is just bear witness to it, because what is the resources that we need in order to get the thing corrected, we don't have those resources yet, if that makes sense. So by waiting, it's basically telling us after this dark moon, when energy starts to pick up, that's when we're going to have the resources that we need, because the cycle will have started over again. So we have a pause right now, basically. Well, that's exactly what the dark moon is. It's a sacred pause. So we have... Ashley, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, exactly. So it's just like this time of waiting before we start something new, because we're trying to recognize we just went through some shit. We just need to pick through it and figure out what that means now. Because that from full moon to third quarter, we're just shedding a ton of shit, and it's so fucking uncomfortable. And then from that third quarter all the way to dark moon, we're like, okay, my head's out of the fog of what the fuck, right? Of all that shedding. Now I need to know what this means. Now I need to create a meaning with this. So that's when we start doing the reflections and we start to pick things apart. The other card that we got, beautiful, is the giveaway. Okay, so this card says, the giveaway is a gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. Make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of scarcity and open yourself up to abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. So what we're doing with this, in this pause, right? Because we're in the middle world. We're in this physical realm. We're not in the future of the heavens, and we are not in the shadow world, the lower world of our ancestors or the past or our past relatives, right? We're in the middle. We are in living life. We're in this reality, but we can't make action moves right now, right? We have to just take this pause because dark moon's coming up, so that's our energy, that's where our focus is. But with this giveaway card, it's asking us to tune into the things we are grateful for. So while we're here, this physical reality, what the fuck do we love about it? What do we love about our lives? Why are we glad that we're here, living? Right? Who's around us that we're so grateful for? Experience-wise, friends, family, work, interactions, right? Things, experiences, that coffee in the morning, your tea in the morning, your animals, your children, your partner, your plants. I have a lot of those. We have to find the gratitude for these things while we're in this pause, because that's how we are going to have a sense of happiness. Last week, we let go of so much shadow, so much stuff that was in the way. Why did we do that? Why do we ever shed things? To gain that new skin, yes, of course. To gain that new layer, to connect with ourselves deeper, of course, yes, but why? Because we want to get to know ourselves better to the point where we find contentment. We find delight at being who we are, at living in this world, having the life that we have. Because we have this sense of slight misery at times because we're human, and we do that thing where we're like, I don't like anything, right? We get there and nothing feels good, so fuck it. The balance to being like that is to shed stuff so that we can find gratitude. So that's what we're doing here. We're taking this pause up to the dark moon and using gratitude as our tool, as our choice, our chosen tool to get through that shedding. So everything we let go of last week, all of the patterning that literally rose up within us and was like, here I am, I'm your shadow and I'm gonna fuck with you. Okay? We were all triggered last week in some way or another, and if you weren't, it's coming. You're gonna finish it up. You're gonna go through the cycle because this is the opportunity. You were gifted it, and now you're ready to take it on. So with that happening, now we're ready to just literally just rest, right? And resting in gratitude is the best way to do it. Last card that we have. Are you fucking kidding? Does anybody want to guess what this fucking card is called? Okay. Oh, shiny. So this card is called Gratitude. Okay, can we just, like, seriously look at how gorgeous this is? This is unreal. I love this art. Super hard to show you, but still. It says, give thanks every day. This is a hard motherfucking piece of wisdom. Meaning it's coming in potent. Like, we cannot fucking ignore this anymore. That's it. This week is all about gratitude and being thankful for what we have. Okay? Gratitude. Blessings are everywhere. I read something earlier today and it was like, I am blessed and I bless myself and I am blessed for the blessings I have. And it's just like, I live a blessed life. I think about the blessings I have. I think about this blessed life. When we acknowledge we have blessings, they keep coming. Because they're like, oh, you appreciate me? Oh my God. Yeah, okay, I'm hanging out with her. She likes me. She likes me. You know what I'm saying? So the more gratitude that we throw out there, the more thankful and appreciative we are of life, the more life can give, because we are receptive of that energy, like the last card said, that give and take. We're allowing the cycle to flow. And is that not exactly the flow of life? Life gives, life takes. Life gives, life takes. It's just, that's how it is. It's that full circle of giving and taking. So when we partake in that situation, that cycle, we awaken the life. We awaken the life of blessings. We awaken the life of manifestation of all the things that we've been asking for and all the desires that we've been wanting to see come to fruition within ourselves, right? That was a lot. So, gratitude helps us resonate with more blessings because we're appreciating it. Do what feels meaningful. Truly, we have to find delight in our lives. That's going to take a little bit of focus. That's going to take us getting into the reality of our lives and going, what do I like? What in my life do I like? Right? And then find something meaningful to do with that life. It is time to birth new ideas. Gratitude is the key to joy. Truly. So the more grateful we are, the happier and more joyful we're going to feel. And then more easily those brand new ideas are going to start flowing. Savor life's sweetness. Guys, I'm going to show you this again. Look at this fucking card. It's literally honeybees and the time is pregnant. Literally, time here right now is pregnant with opportunity for gratitude. Look at how abundant this is. There's so many flowers there too. Oh, I really wish these would focus. Anyway, this is amazing. Life is sweet. And isn't life sweet before it's sour anyway? It gives us all these opportunities. It gives us breath. There's so much here to be thankful for. And it's really hard sometimes. I will admit this. It can be very hard sometimes to see how many amazing things are in our direct reality, because we get caught, like walking through the briar bush. We get caught on these little thorns and we're like, fuck, I hate you. And then that consumes our thought process. But what if you wrote down 5 things you were grateful for every day for the next week? I'm sure that you would start to notice so many more things that you're grateful for. Sometimes I'm grateful for things that by the end of the day that I didn't even realize I was thankful for. Like today, the one I will be writing in my little handy dandy notebook on my nightstand tonight, I caught a simple moment of nature. The wind blew, some snow fell off my pine trees, and it like made this blanket of like diamonds into the sunlight, and I was just like, what? I live here? I couldn't fucking believe it. I live on planet Earth where diamonds are literally in the air. What? How fucking cool is that shit, right? So it's being thankful for small moments too. It's not just the moments that are like, oh, I'm so grateful for these big things. It's being grateful for the intangible. The moments that truly inspire you, where you're just like, I cannot believe I'm here right now. I can't believe I just saw that. You know what I mean? I often find gratitude as the easiest, fastest way out of a mental trip. Perspective is creation. Yeah, truly. So what we give our attention to creates the reality that we're living in. That is exactly right. If I believe, this is what I'm seeing. I'm believing that there's magic because this frozen water is blown off of a tree and it's sparkling in sunlight by an invisible force, which is the wind. If I say that that's magical, dude, then I believe it's magical. It hits me on this like inner world soul level and I'm captivated. My body sends those neurological signals and it tells me that shit's magic. That just made my reality magic. Everything was magic in that perspective. So the more gratitude that we have, the more we notice, the more alive life seems to get. That's why we do not have the resources right now to act. As much as we want to, as much as we're like, shit, I have to do stuff, I have to get stuff going. That's how we used to do things. We don't do things like that. Now we follow the cycles of the moon, which is a complete circle, and half of that circle is active and full of expression, and the other half of that circle is rest and reflection and refining. We don't force here. We go with the flow here, right? And that includes rest, that includes activity. So while we're in this pause in Middle Earth, okay, Middle World, I'm fucking in Lord of the Rings in Middle Earth. Anybody else want to go on an adventure? Okay, anyway, while we are here pausing, we are finding gratitude for these things. We are finding the magic that is in our own lives. Because the more that we find, the more that will come to us. And the better our lives will feel. We've been asking for this. That's why we shed so much shit last week. That's why it came up last week, because we were ready for this part. This is where we start working, actually. So finding gratitude, we can't act on it, but we're taking the action of awareness, right? We're writing it down. 5 things a day. And this is a challenge. I would absolutely love to see some of you guys take those pictures of the 5 things you're grateful for. Small moments within your day that made your day phenomenal, magical. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm a human, right? I want to see some of those from you guys. Because I have a really, really good feeling that by the week's end, before that new moon comes around with that little sliver of light, a lot of you guys are going to feel so much better by the end of that week. Because you noticed all of these beautiful blessings that are here for you. Okay, my friends. It's time for readings. Do we have questions? Let me just read the comments really quick. Yes, gratitude journal every morning. I like that. That's awesome. Brian, gratitude lists change my entire perspective most days. Yep. I'm telling you. This is so great. I'm so glad that you guys already have a gratitude practice. It truly does shift our entire fucking perspective on everything. You want to focus on something? Focus on the good, right? And it's not bypassing it, but it is acknowledging, wow, I went through a lot of shit today. I had so many different moods. I had so many different emotions rise. So many different things happened. I'm going to just look at the really great shit that I'm happy for. And sometimes down the road, you'll find yourself happy for those catalytic changes that were really hard to get through. And you're like, that sucked at the time, but like, I'm really glad I went through that because now, 1, it's over, but 2, I've learned something. You know what I'm saying? Such a good feeling. All right, my friends, break out your questions. Is there anything I can answer for anybody? Put a me if you just want something and you're too shy to say it. Or if it's just easier for you because it's something long to explain. No judgment here. You can be shy. I love you anyway. Put general wisdom, relationship, finance, health. Excuse me. Energy is moving. Let me know. Let me know what you guys need. I mean, this week is going to be really beautiful. With all the gratitude that we're throwing out there. All the small moments that we're going to catch. I'm so excited. So excited. And I just want you guys to know, for the month of February, if you get a gift card, you can buy a gift card for $25. I'm telling you guys the behind the scenes, like, loophole. If you buy a gift card for $25, you get 14% off of a reading. So you can buy a gift card for yourself. For 25 bucks. And then get a discount of 14% off of a card reading because it's Valentine's Day. And if you guys want to buy yourself gifts, I got the hookup. So if there are big things that came up last week and you only removed a small little bit, but you didn't quite remove the layer, I can help you remove the rest. I can do readings with you guys. We can book mentorships for the 3-month one that I have, the 3-month healing. All these soul quests that I have, whether they be the reading collections or if they are the mentorships, they're here for you guys to utilize so that you can grow and heal away from your past, so that you can grow into your inner harmony and feel a sense of safety within yourself, you know? Ooh. Okay. Ashley, you wanted general wisdom. I'm getting 2 for you, babe. So, you're being advised by Coyote with a little bit of medicine. Okay. All right, are you ready? So, we're gonna tie 2 of these together for you. So it says, are you being seduced by what you think you desire? Could it be that the more superficial, sparkly, shiny aspects of your ambition led you in the moment? Beware the shallow waters right now. Something or someone might pretend to be deep, but that doesn't make them so. No matter how seductive their superficial traits are, or how beautiful or sparkly they appear, all that glitters, there will not turn up gold, no matter how many wishes you make to change that. And then you also got Taming the Wind, which came with an invitation. My hair is making my nose so itchy. Ugh! Okay, so Taming the Wind. Oh, I'll show you Coyote. Sorry. Coyote! And then Taming the Wind is super pretty. Look at this shit. Isn't that gorgeous? So it says, it's time to clear your energy, be present, and become conscious of how you communicate. Now, this applies to yourself as well. These card readings are not one-dimensional. They're not for somebody else. That means I'm not reading this for you because of someone else. I'm reading this for you because of you. So your communication from yourself to another person, but also your communication from self to self. So it's dualistic. It's 2 sides of the same coin here, okay? So make sure your communication all the way around is something you're being present with. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Good thing you have those journals. Hey, I know I'm addicted to them too. Perhaps you need to actually do a smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. Okay. So, the wind is not only like a breath of life, right? Because it's constantly in change. And that's what the breath of life is. When life breathes, there's a shift, right? Happening. It's in the rise and the fall, the expansion and the contraction of life, okay? So in taming that wind, I want you to understand that it means the energy around you. So cleansing is how we tame things, because if we need to tame something, it means that there's an overabundance of energy there. And it might not be energy that we want to deal with. I think that there's some energy within you that needs to be cleared out. You know, you're talking to yourself in tricky ways, convincing yourself of certain things. So this is like playing off last week, maybe. So some of your shadow from last week and convincing yourself that you desire something, I think you just need to get a little bit more clear on what you're actually desiring. Sitting with yourself, asking shadow a little bit more questions. And then definitely cleansing out that extra energy that's not yours. I think that's going to be really important for you. If you need help designing a sacred space or knowing any further of what that means, let me know. But tell me in the comments if that helped. Leah, general wisdom. What does Leah need? Leah, I feel like you get this one a lot. Okay. But, okay, I'm going to say this. I get certain cards from this deck constantly. Because 1, I'm stubborn. But 2, lessons come in layers. So once you've learned it, you think you're done. You're not done. You're not done. You have more to learn. And we're just kind of like, oh, fuck, okay. Next level, next layer. Because it's a cycle. If you think of like a double helix of DNA, how it's constantly just going on for eternity, a spiral does, that's what we're doing. That's what life is. This journey is just revisiting our lessons and learning them again in a deeper way. We're just connecting to ourselves here, right? Oh, I think I have to sneeze. I don't. It went away. I hate that. It burns. Okay, so you got water. I feel like I pull water for you relatively frequently, or I tell you like to go with the flow, trust yourself, trust your intuition, right? I don't know. When water arrives, you're invited to watch your emotions. Know they are going to be changeable, and do not settle on a conclusion at this time. So this is here. Don't get finite, like don't be super definitive, but also understand we don't have the resources to make that kind of a decision anyway. So we need to sit with ourselves in order to really tune into what happened last week, what's happening into this week, what are we letting go of, and what are we preparing for with the next start of a cycle, okay? That's where we're like in full. That's how these things are all connecting. If you feel joy, feel that fully. If you feel sad, allow sadness to move through you. This is the shadow work from last week coming up again. There's something that needs to be released for you. And water is like that cleanser, that purifier. But it also gives life, right? Just like the water in a womb. It births a child. This will birth a new layer of you, a new connection from self to self. Water invites you to see the ebb and flow of events and trust you can ride the wave of opportunity as it arises. Natural flow is here. Go with it. Okay. I don't know, but something is on my face. Sorry. Okay, so truly, trusting the ebb and flow, right? You're gonna have questions your whole life. You're gonna have insecurities. You're not gonna be sure of where to go. Sometimes you're gonna lack direction. You're not gonna know the answers to things. We're not supposed to. Sometimes we're literally supposed to put a tube into a river, sit in it, and float without any understanding of where the destination is that we're going to. Because that's how we find the beauty of life. That's how we fall in love with our own journey. By trusting in the mystery of it. That if we go with the flow, we're going to end up somewhere, and it's going to be amazing. So trusting yourself in your emotions, and literally trusting each emotion, saying to that emotion, thank you for being here with me. I know that you have something for me, something to teach me. I know I'm ready to move through this. It's going to be difficult to put that emotion back on, but I'm ready to feel it. I don't know about you, but I spent yesterday crying in the middle of a snowstorm, standing there outside, bawling, just bawling, because I had to cleanse something. I had to release something, open something up. That was part of my shedding. So I allowed that to sit and to rest with me. And I just hugged it. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I get that shit, man. I get that we get that way sometimes. And here we are. We're here together. Hi. I made space for it. I didn't pressure myself and say, oh, you have work to do. You have all these other things you should be doing in the background. And get to the housework. Get to your work. You know, make your programs. Blah, blah. No. I went with the flow of my emotion because that is how I honor myself. That is how I learn the nature of who I am and what's on the inside of me. And by learning what's on the inside of me, I know myself, I know my desires, I know what direction I want to go, because the conversation I'm having is one where there's no judgment, I'm just listening. So trusting this flow of emotion is exactly what needs to happen as we go to the dark moon in Aquarius. And it's actually all about emotions right now. With the Aquarius dark moon coming up, we're going to be asked to visit with a lot of our emotions and just find the truth in them. So when we find that truth, when we say, okay, I do feel like this, we process it, we put it on, we feel it, and we go through it. We don't ignore it. We don't shove it away like a tiny little child and we say, no, go to your room. I can't deal with you right now. No, we allow that child into the room. We hold that child and we sit with them. And we say, how are you feeling? What's going on? What's happening? How are you feeling? What made you feel like that? Do you want to talk about it? And then, after you've had that conversation and you've talked, you ask, are you ready to move on? No, not yet. You need more crying? Okay, cool. Let's do it again. But basically just sitting there with presence, with yourself. Again, this middle world card. We can't do anything. We just have to be. And be thankful for the emotions that they're ready to come up and be transmuted. so that you can move on, right? I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments. I've been using my journals like crazy. Extremely fitting card for me. Overabundance of energy hits home for sure. I've been so scattered. A cleanse sounds like a great idea. Thank you so much. Absolutely. And Ashley, just understand, Gemini, you're full of air. You're full of thought. You're full of those opposing energies. You are going to absolutely constantly feel scattered because, like, remember I told you that volleyball between the two energies, it's like being served and then receiving it and then that one's being served and they're receiving. It's like this whole whoa going on inside, right? And we're in an air sign. Just want to let you know that stacks up. It's hard. It's very, very difficult. When we go through signs in the zodiac, when the moon and the sun are in those signs, it just gets doubled on top of it. So it shows up as our nature, and then our nature like takes us over, and we're like, what? Why? No, I don't want to. What's happening here? Can't handle it. It's okay, right? Being with that, accepting it. Because, okay, the biggest thing is don't force your emotions away. Don't force your thoughts away. Sit with them. Try to invite them and be like, oh my God, there's 10 people talking to me inside my head right now. Let me try to hear one at a time. Form a line. Let's go, please. Everybody take a number, right? And then you listen to them little by little and get them out. The other thing, if you have an excess amount of air, you have to do breathing exercises because that's where you express the extra air that you have in your body. So if you have a ton of thoughts, they're trapped up here, guarantee you you're shallow breathing. Get deep, get into it, get your feet on the ground, do some mountain poses where you're activating your roots, and do some seriously heavy breathing, like cleanse that shit. Thank you. Makes perfect sense. Last week was a roller coaster of emotions. New chapter is starting a new job next week. Leah, this is amazing. This is so good. I'm so, so glad that you're starting a new job. I hope that was the one that you were, like, excited about. And if it's not, there's something there for you that's going to really benefit you. I need to start doing those. The biggest thing about sacred exercise, which is literally doing things intentionally, it's not just exercising to get your physical body in shape, right? A sacred exercise is where you're implementing breath, like doing yoga and stretching, but you're stretching thinking that your leg is roots, you know? You're reaching and understanding that you're reaching for the stars and bringing star energy in, which is sunlight, bringing into your body. Or anything, really. When you're breathing in and out, in and out, in and out, and you're doing fire breath, you are speaking to your inner fire. You're giving your soul that burst of energy it needed. Those are sacred exercises. And that's what helps us on the emotional and mental level that physical workouts just don't touch, you know? I've got a plethora of those kind of exercises for water signs, earth signs, fire signs. Like, I got you guys. Whatever your sign is, your core element, I know how to balance that shit. I study this. I fucking love it. So if you guys are feeling all hopped up on your, your thoughts, emotions, actions, whatever it is, you let me know and I will help balance you out. That's also something that's in my Soul Spark course. We go over that, you know, balancing your core element because that's really important. Like, I'm a water sign, triple. You guys see this? Three motherfucking water signs, okay? There's only 3 in the entire zodiac. I'm 2 out of the 3 of them. 1 repeated. That means I have a lot of emotion. My Scorpio is repeated, which means I have a lot of really deep, intense emotion, and I'm very passionate about that. Don't know if you guys have ever noticed how passionate or gesticulative I am. That's me. So by having 3 fucking water signs as part of my main 5, juggling emotions has been a struggle my entire life until I realized what sacred exercise was. And then realizing, oh my God, I have a core element. Like, inside me, I'm basically a certain type of energy and I move a certain way and I go through life a certain way. And then my healing stuff that I like to do, like me taking time, taking a tub, taking a shower, reading a book, sitting outside. You mean those are all things I like to do because Oh, I'm a water sign and they bring me balance. Got it. Once I started to realize all that shit, whoo, I really got a handle on my shit. Oh, who needs a card? Who needs a card? Who needs a card? What? You guys, can you even like beat this candor that I have? Like, I'm about as weird as it gets. Oh, that's part of my chart. I'm supposed to teach you guys how to be weird, so it's part of it. Yeah. My stars say I have to be weird, okay? Massey, this one's for you. Okay, Massey. I'm sorry, I just think that's really fun. What the fuck is wrong with me? Alright, lower world, baby cakes. Alright, you ready for this? You ready for this? Are you ready? Okay. I'm not ready. Oh my god. Okay. It is time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. Hidden even from yourself. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors. That's your lineage. Everything that they've learned, you can tap into that. Because there are things that they have healed that will offer you medicine. You just have to tap in and ask. Their struggles, the way that they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will become blessings. Okay? So, as I said at the beginning of this, right? The middle world is the reality in which we live, the physical reality. The lower world is about our ancestors and the past wisdom that our lineages have learned by going through life, and when they heal something, it heals everybody behind them and it heals everybody in front of them, which you can see directly when you heal something in yourself and then you do not repeat that pattern from your parents. You heal it in yourself and you don't pass it on to your children. That's what I mean to say when it heals backwards and forwards, okay? The lower world is you tapping into the wisdom that they all have and realizing all the gems that you yourself possess, but then recognizing that they actually exist within you, right? They're at your full disposal. So there are certain things within you that you are not admitting that you do have. There's a level of connection that you wish to see within yourself, the level of connection you wish to have, and perhaps you're projecting it, you're looking for it outside of yourself, and that's why your ancestors are coming up going, okay, this is our lineage lesson. We all have to learn how to be happy with ourselves and not look for anybody else to be complete. Who wants to learn it? And then they tell us like, oh, that's where you're at in the incarnation. So here you go, it's your turn. Yeah, you might be right there. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely some wisdom that your ancestors are trying to show you, and it means dig into yourself, find your own gems, because they're everything you've been looking for. Okay? Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know in the comments, because I'm very interested to hear. And that might mean thinking about the struggles that they had, truly. So that you're recognizing, oh, they did struggle in that way, but they must have learned something because these would be the normal causes and effects of that, and then I didn't see that, so. Or, hey, they had all that, I saw the brunt of it, and then, oh, but I don't have that, because I'm different. Because, oh, I have gems. What are my gems? What is so great about me? You know? Okay, let's see comments really quick. All right, Nadia wants career. Weird is awesome. Who wants to be normal? Yeah, seriously, I don't even think normal exists. There's no such thing as normal. And I would far rather be some kind of weird. It's better that way. I love putting visuals into exercises. I've done it especially since your dark moon circle a few months ago. It's so intense. Honestly, it is. I fucking love it. Because that's where I think life truly speaks, like living life speaks in pictures. Because if you think about it, before we can speak, what do? We create art. We know how to paint, we know how to draw, we know how to express. And before anything else, we dance. Before we can run, we're already wiggling and moving and like just getting into it, right? Because those are the important things in life. So making it visual makes sense, because that is the natural language we all speak before we actually learn a language, right? I'm so glad those dark moon circles worked for you. Oh, I'm cooking up our next one right now. There's so much sacred geometry in this. I'm like really getting addicted to sacred geometry. It's so much fun. Nydia, makes sense for me. Yes, I love it. Well, see, that's the thing. Even though it's not our card, all of these cards apply to us because we're here receiving that same wisdom. I say this every card reading because I really want that to sink in for you guys. A card for one person, something in there is applicable for everybody else as well. We're all here partaking in this because we all need this in some way. This is us healing. This is us growing. This is us. This is our time, right? All right, so Nydia wants career. What does she need to know? Okay. Where am I going? All right, so you got thunder. Just so you know. So when thunder comes into your reading, it's referring to a big dramatic change that feels like a herd of wild bison on the run. Girl, you got some big bison energy. You feel it right through your bones, and you know that you are powerless to influence whatever events have been set in motion. This is a time to be prepared for anything. Your life is an adventure of wonderful opportunities that are arriving now. Oh, my music ended. Hold on. The trick is to learn to run with them. Right? Just going with that flow. Okay? Qualities that you'll need now more than ever are flexibility, dexterity, and a willingness to experience it all without dictating from where or in what form opportunities will come. Your destiny is arriving. Be ready. Career-wise, do not limit yourself by placing an expectation on the outcome, okay? That's where we cut ourselves short. We want happiness, but we think it needs to be in a certain way. That's an expectation. We want a job, and it needs to be in a certain way so that it can fulfill us. That's an expectation. This is literally saying that there are so many wonderful things coming your way, but you have to open up to the thunder because it's going to take you by storm. It's going to take you in a direction that perhaps you didn't think, perhaps you didn't lean into or expect. But if you didn't expect it, and you're not putting the expectation out there, then you are going to find a world of freedom filled with more wonder than you could have planned for yourself. And is that not the exact mystery of life? Is that not exactly what life offers us all? We never know how it's going to turn out. We have this hope, of course we do. We have dreams, of course we do. Goals, yes. But they're very loose parameters to all of the creative energy that's actually out there, right? This is a time not for doing. This is a time for rest and finding gratitude, because that is how we will open up to opportunities that are bigger than what we ever could have imagined, bigger than what we expected, right? Gratitude, my love, for everything that's coming for you, no matter how it looks. Sometimes God is dressed in drag and it challenges you before it gifts you something, right? We cannot place expectations out there because the world is far more crafty than we are. All right, let me see. I hope that made sense for you. Let me know. I keep seeing your little hearts flutter by, but oh, flutterbys. Did anybody say that as a kid? A flutterby? Oh my God. Okay, can we just take a second? Was there something when you were young that you pronounced entirely wrong and got made fun of for it, and or can still remember to this day saying it, share that with me, because I am fucking dying to tell you mine. Somebody share one. Someone share something so I can share mine and not feel alone. Like, what did you say when you were little and said it completely wrong? Just like flutterby. Butterfly, flutterby. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Because I really want to tell you mine. Like, it's really funny. And I didn't find out it wasn't a word until I was 15, and I was pissed. I was so pissed. Okay. Let me see. Robin Pischetti. That's amazing. I freaking love that one. All right, Adriana wants general wisdom. Adriana, what do you need? That was quick. Oh, of course it is. Of course. Of course. This one makes so much sense for you. Baby cakes. Baby cakes. Adriana, you got fire. Okay. And it came in upside right, so that means there's an invitation. Okay. So fire is basically a reminder that reality is not permanent, right? So while we're sitting in reality, seeing everything that we have and loving it, it's not always permanent. So that's why we need to be grateful for what we have, because it's going to change. It's going to shift. So it says, warm your hands and your heart by your inner fire. Let it burn away your hardships. Let it consume your pain and sorrow. Has life become too rigid, too cold, or too superficial? Light a candle or make a bonfire and toss into the flames everything that has become stiff and painful, right? Give it to the fire for rapid transformation and set your life on fire. So essentially, this fire is supporting last week. You shed something big, or it's coming up to be shed, or you're in the midst of it and it's yicky. Whatever is being shed for you, it is so that your inner fire can get sparked. Because there is some sadness, some sorrow, some hardship, something that you're ready to leave behind and move on from, okay? Because you're ready for this fire within you to start paving your path forward, right? With some serious energy. We don't have the resources to do that right now. So we're in that stage before that where we're like, okay, what do I need to get out of the way so that before the new energy comes in, before that new moon comes in, you know, and we start the next cycle, before we get there, what things do I have to have lined up? Just like when we used to go to school, we'd have our freaking lunches made the night before, we'd have our outfit picked out and be like, yep, I can wake up and just go. So before the turn of the cycle, before the turn of the next day, what are things that you can let go of? That you really want to let go of? That you're ready to transform into space for those better things that you want to feel. Because that inner fire within you is ready to start going. But there's something just kind of poking it, like, you can't start yet. No. And think about this, ready? Emotions, that sadness, that sorrow, some emotion that you're holding on to. Emotion is water. And your inner fire is trying to start. If you have an overabundance of water that you're not getting out, emotion that you're not crying out, feeling, purging from your body, cleansing, right? If you don't get it out, it's dampening this fire, right? So let some emotion out. Something is coming up, let it out, sit with it, understand it, and then move on. You're ready for that. And if you need any assistance with it, if you need a deeper reading, we can book one. Like I said, you guys, buy a $25 gift card, you get 14% off of a reading. I'm telling you the loopholes, that way that you guys get it, because I want you guys to know about the gifts I'm offering. Yeah. You buy one gift card for $25, it's 14. It gives you 14% off of a reading that you book. Buy it for yourself and get 14% off. Done. Sales. This is couponing. Ha. Never couponed in my life. I sucked at that. Anyway, let me know if that makes sense in the comments. Okay, we're getting to, oh my god, little kid words. I fucking love you guys so much. Hepticopter. Oh my god, is that funny? Hepticopter. Oranges. Orange chins. Oh my god, Brian, that one is so funny. Orange chins. Oh, I can imagine a little tiny human saying that. That's so cute. I thought preschool was called pretty school. That'd be so much better. I'm going to pretty school. See ya. Bye. Okay. Okay. So I'll tell you mine. When I was little, you know those red things that dogs pee on that they used to put fires out in buildings, you know, fire trucks hook up to them? Yeah, I called them hydrants my entire life until I was 15, and my mom goes, all right, you know, stop fucking with me here. You know it's called a fire hydrant, right? And I was like, it's a what? A fire hydrant? And then, by then I understood root words and hydra meaning water, and I was like, oh, you've got to be shitting me. So what is a hydrant? And my mom's like, yeah, that's not a thing. We were in the car driving to like Ocean State Job Lot or something. Totally fucked with me. I was upset for the whole entire like rest of my life. I still won't call a fire hydrant because it just doesn't fucking sound right. I said it for 15 years. I can't let that shit go now. I just stuck with that, you know? It's part of being weird. It just makes more sense. Hydrant. Thank you guys for sharing with me. That just made my night. You guys are so cool. I fucking love this. I'm so glad I get to know you guys, by the way. I just want to check comments. Hold on, I want to back up really quick. Yes, it makes so much sense. Good. Adriana, I am so happy. And like I said, if you need any further assistance healing or shedding anything, let me know. We can work something out. Oh, okay, there it is, Brian. I want one, but I have no idea how to express an intention. Are you able to do that? I'm an Aquarius if that helps you to do the things. Oh, cool. Okay, so we're going to do a general for you because what'll happen is your soul knows the intention. You know what you need, even if you can't put it into words. You can conceptualize it in energetic feeling. You can conceptualize it in your mind's eye. There is something out there that's already knows for you, if that makes sense. Okay. Let me see. Leah, thank you for telling me that that's cute because I thought that was damn cute. I mean, imagine a little kid walking around, it's a hydrant, it's a hydrant. That's some funny shit. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, Brian, you got what's called Wild Woman. Now, I want you guys to all understand that we have masculine and feminine energy in each of us. So I possess masculine and feminine energy in my body, right? There is a balance. There's a part of me that is protective, that is the goer, the doer, the provider. And there is a part of me that's the receiver, the lover, the giver, okay? There's dual energies within us, and that's what creates the balance of ourselves as a whole. So it's no surprise that you would be getting a female card as well. It's a female energy because there's a balance being asked here, okay? So it says, when the wild woman comes to dance in your reading, you are invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage in the world. That is like some really potent wisdom. Ready? You are invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage the world. True self. I'm going to share something with you. The Aquarius in my chart told me to be weird as fuck. My sweet love, whatever it is that you are being called to do or be that. Because that uniqueness is something that this world needs. Because it is a breath, like an air sign, the breath of life that we all need, that we don't get half as much as we should because so many people hide their truth. Your vibrance, your radiance, your light, your uniqueness is needed not only for other people around you, but for you. Because there is an authenticity within you that is dying to get out. Okay? This is a symbol that your long-held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs the freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light. The wild woman says, shine brightly. Dance with abandon. Be yourself and let the Great Spirit decide what happens. You'll be happy you did. So with shadow work coming up last week and then this being your card this week, it speaks some really big wisdom. You cannot do anything right now. You have to be grateful for what you have, right? And the thing you need to be most grateful for under Aquarius season, as we approach the sacred rest and reflective time of a dark moon, is that there's brilliance to you. Just you. Nobody was born at the time that you were born at, on the dot. It's you and you alone. Nobody else is you. Nobody else has gone through the experiences that you have that make you as bright as you are. You shine in a very different way, but not if you keep it locked away, right? Dance, my friend. Let it out, show yourself. Your authentic self is dying to be set free. And you deserve that more than anybody else, to be free from whatever weighs you down, right? It's time to be grateful for yourself and everything that you possess. I hope that makes sense. I hope that hit home for you in some which way. Let me know in the comments if it did. Oh, Nadia, the Thunder card resonated. Yes. Yep. Exactly. No time for preparing. You know what? Because you're not supposed to prepare. You're supposed to just go with that flow because that is the gift. If preparation was needed, you probably would have had the time. Because there's something to learn from going with the flow, right? Because that teaches you what? Trust in yourself that you can handle it if you prepared or not. Trust in the universe. Trust that everything is being designed for you in the greatest way possible. Even if you feel like you're getting thrown into a whirlwind of so many gifts at the same time. Almost too much resonation. Thank you. Brian, you're so welcome. I told you it would speak. Truly, like, it knows what you need. You know what you need. You knew what you needed, and it came out. That's how this works. I'm really glad for that. Does anybody else need a reading? Does anybody else need clarity on anything else before we close this container? And thank you so much for everybody that shared their funny little kid word. I can't even tell you. That lit me up. That's the small little details I love knowing about people, because who else would know that? Like, if we don't just go out there and tell people all the little funny things. We wait for somebody to ask, right? So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you about the things we wouldn't really talk about. It's nice to get to know you guys. Because I know that there seems to be this separateness. Because you're over there, I'm over here. I'm me, you're you. There's no such thing as separate. I go to sleep every night. You go to sleep every night. We wake up. We do stuff in our days. We live. We breathe. We cry. We feel things. We get happy. We get excited. You have dreams. I have dreams. We're both human. We're all human, right? So I really appreciate you guys being able to be here in this container with me. This is the kind of connection that I've wanted to have my whole life. I wanted to get to know you guys, and I'm really glad that I'm here to be able to do that. I used to think words disappeared off the page when I closed the book. That's amazing. I actually really fucking love that. See? Visualizations of things are so fucking cool. Guys, I'm serious. I love you. This is so neat to me. I like it. Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? I wish I could play the piano so fucking bad. Oh my god. Does anybody know how to play? Somebody want to teach me? Oh my god, I need a keyboard. Alright. Going once. Thank you, Nadia, you're so nice. I love you. Thank you. Oh, I do. I have an intense gift, that is for sure. I'm not sure where it came from. I don't know how I got this weird, but by golly, I've got it. Ah! Yeah, anyway. All right. I'm good at taking compliments. I swear. Oh, does anybody have a final question before we close this container and I gain composure of myself? Thank you, Leah. You have a fabulous week too. I'm really, really happy that I was able to read for you. And good luck with your new job. I'm so excited for you. It's ridiculous. And guys, don't forget, all of February, those gift cards. If you buy one, literally spend $25, you get 14% off of some other reading. Anyone. It goes towards collections or single readings. Like, this is grand couponing. Like, this is cosmic couponing. Feel free to take advantage. Does anybody have any questions, not just for the reading, but for myself, before we close? Oh, you know what? I think I might have missed one. I think I saw Rob ask one. Do you decipher dreams? So I'm still learning how to, but yes, I do. I mean, because it's kind of like this endless cycle of things, but I do decipher dreams. I love to do dream work because, and I don't know if you guys have seen, but I do journal my dreams every morning. So they start to like have these little patterns, and then you're like, those patterns pair with your life, and you're like, what? Holy shit. And it starts to make sense. Thank you for bringing us here and helping us every day. You're so welcome. You know, it's funny. One of the biggest reasons that I do this is because, you know how I made a post the other day, and you guys might not have seen it, but I posted it on my personal timeline. I had said, our art is directly connected to our vulnerability, right? Get this. I started doing this healing work because I watched emotions swallow my mom for so many years to her unfortunate end of committing suicide. And I was a self-mutilator for 10 years. I had a very long phase of it, and I didn't want to end up the same way. You know, I didn't want to share the fate she did, or she had. So I decided to get a handle on myself, a handle on my emotions, and learn what they mean, the nuances, the intricacies, and learn how to flow with them. And because I did that, I learned how to create safety inside my body, where I was no longer harming, right? I was no longer blaming myself for my past and the traumas that happened to me, right? I learned how to take all of that and just go, hey, it's okay, I love you. It's okay to feel that. And I transformed the way I looked at my emotions and my relationship with them. And because I did that work for 10 years, I can teach it. And that's where this comes into play. That's why I stepped into this role, because I knew I was meant to be a guide. At 8 years old, funny enough, that's a whole story for another time. I'm sorry. But I do have a very interesting, like, awakening story. If you guys ever want to hear it, let me know, because I will do a Q&A video on it, and I'll tell you guys my 8-year-old angel story in my kitchen. It was pretty fucking amazing. But yeah, I do this work because I've saved people's lives by doing it. I walked a lot of my friends off the cliff of committing suicide and helped them feel safe. And then I realized, holy shit, I want to do this full time. I want to go through that nitty gritty with other people because I didn't have somebody to go through that with me. So I became that for myself. And now I want to do that with you guys so that you have that safe container, you know, where there is no judgment and you are allowed to feel everything and it's okay. Well, that was a sad little ditty, but not really. It was actually quite powerful because that's how you turn things around, right? That's the perspective shift. Instead of saying it's sad, it's powerful because it created me and because that's beautiful, even though it was a tragedy. But such is life, right? And if there was no tragedy, would it really even be that interesting? Come on. Okay, my sweet loves. I adore you, I adore you, I adore you. Our focus this week. We can't do anything without resources. We don't have those resources. We're here in this physical reality. We have to start looking at our lives and being grateful, right? Finding gratitude. Finding what's really sweet about it. What's sweet about our life and what's sweet about ourselves. What do we love about our life? What do we love about ourselves? What are we grateful for? I know every time I get sick, I'm grateful for the after when I can breathe again. So, breath, Aquarius season. Let's be grateful for our breath and do some breathing exercises, shall we? I'm grateful for all the emotions that come up because they always teach me something. They set me free somehow. They help me grow, right? So my loves, this is my challenge for you. Tell me some gratitude things. I'm gonna do a post this week. You guys can comment on it and just add them because I wanna help you guys focus, okay? Be gentle with yourselves, all right? I love you. Bye.